Coming up on Fox 35 News at 10.
Orlando looking like the Wild Wild West. Police officers dodging bullets, neighbors describing how they ran for cover.
I scared my daughter.
Plus, an iguana in a toilet.
I died a million deaths.
And trouble in the tropics heading our way.
Fox 35 News at 10 is just moments away.
Fox 35 News at 10 starts now.
Police targeted. Bullets fly.
Shots fired, shots fired.
The first thoughts are for the neighbors.
You guys all good up there?
No one hurt, but they were scared.
One of the bullets hit the building.
2 suspects arrested. One got away, but not for long. Fox 35 with exclusive video as the last suspect is taken down.
Fox 35 News, the only station there when that final suspect was arrested. Good evening and welcome. I'm Luann Sorrell.
And I'm John Brown. Fox 35's Samantha Sosa joins us live right now. So, Sam, some neighbors still dealing with the damage from this big gun battle.
That's right, John. Actually, in the intersection where this happened, there's a building right across the street, and some bullets actually hit that building. That being said, though, neighbors are happy that no one was hurt, and they're certainly happy that the suspects are off the streets tonight. Video you'll only see on Fox 35. Orlando police arresting 19-year-old Michael Collins this afternoon. They picked him up at a home only blocks away from where this shootout happened.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.
Stunning body camera video shows the moment the shooting broke out. Police say the 3 suspects were on bicycles on the sidewalk in the intersection of Jacobs Place and South Lakeland Avenue when 2 officers approached them in an unmarked car. That's when shots rang out. Officers fired back and the suspects went running. Bullets hitting a nearby apartment building and an electrical box on the sidewalk. Once the shooting was over, officers shouted at neighbors.
Hey, sir, you guys all good up there?
One of the bullets hit the building somewhere. So that's why it scared my daughter when we were in the living room.
One neighbor inside that building watched it all unfold. They didn't want to show their face, but shared these images from a balcony. You can see several bullet holes in the unmarked patrol car. A mom saying it made her feel uneasy.
I don't want my kids walking to school, like my boys walk to school. Even though they're boys, they still can't outrun a bullet.
But now many parents in the area are breathing a sigh of relief. 22-year-old Jamian Brown and 17-year-old Travis Weston both arrested yesterday. Collins was the final suspect. So 2 teenagers and a 22-year-old man, all of them are facing attempted murder charges. For now, I'm live in front of OPD headquarters. Samantha Sosa, Fox 35 News.
Thanks, Sam. And we have that exclusive video of the arrest and all the body cam video on the Fox 35 Orlando YouTube page. You can check it out from there. Also, Volusia deputies on the scene of an apartment complex in Ormond Beach. Investigators being pretty tight-lipped about what's going on right now. But we do know the focus of their investigation is at an apartment near the back of that property, and that's all they're giving us right now.
Live pictures right now from Fox 35 Storm Tracker Radar. Some storms are still lingering out there tonight, but things are going to be drying out soon. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner live here at the desk tonight.
All right, into the rain, but people are out there taking snapshots of that sunset tonight.
Oh, absolutely.
That was amazing, wasn't it?
The last sunset of, well, the first day of fall.
There you go.
That didn't really make sense. I was going for the rest of the summer, but
First sunset
you know
of
what?
fall.
Maybe the better way to put it would be the last sunset of deep tropical humidity,
There
because
you
it all
go.
changes tomorrow.
You sold it well.
I
Good
buried
job.
the lead. Look at that. Drier air on the horizon, a cold front rushing in, and that's going to change everything. In fact, tomorrow morning in Gainesville, you'll feel it. And by the afternoon in Orlando, you'll feel it. We're going to feel that deep tropical humidity, that air you can wear going by the wayside and knocking our rain chances down to almost nothing for the several days to follow. In fact, while the driest of the air not making it all the way into South Florida, at least from the perspective of Central Florida, here in the Orlando area, we're going to catch a break from the worst of summer for a couple of days before inevitably the humidity rolls back in. Fox 35 Storm Tracker Radar's got the last of the storms this evening. One east of Deltona, just east of Lake Monroe, southeast of Deltona, heading east at 10 miles an hour, heading toward Alamana and Osteen, if it can hold together. And then this downpour near Southmere heading toward the Mims area. Otherwise, a couple of morning showers tomorrow, possible as the cold front pushes through. So this may be one of the last really steamy nights with lows in the mid 70s, because we're talking upper 60s with that drier air coming up in just a few days. Guys, I'll track that for you.
School board meetings across Central Florida getting rowdy again.
You cowards! You cowards!
Passions flaring over masks in schools. Some people getting so out of control, deputies had to put them in cuffs and take them off to jail.
Well, some meetings have gotten so out of hand that districts are now thinking or rethinking the way they change these meetings.
Fox 35's Lara Greenberg joins us live tonight. So, Lara, what's being considered?
Well, Luann and John, they're considering a lot of things. Of course, they have upped their security at these meetings, but Seminole is just one of several districts in the area that is now dissecting their policy on the public comment portion of those meetings, where things get really out of control.
Breaking news now, the FDA just gave the green light to Pfizer's booster shot. The dose is only authorized for seniors 65 and up and people in high-risk groups. For those who qualify, the booster should be given 6 months after the second dose.
Well, the search for Brian Laundrie is now entering its 5th day, and so far no signs of him.
He is the only person of interest in the death of his fiancée, Gabby Petito. Fox 35 anchor Ray Vieta joining us live tonight with the very latest on the investigation. Ray.
Investigators are tight-lipped, Luann, about what, if anything, they've come across out at the preserve near his parents' home. They plan to return tomorrow. A dive team joined the host of drones, buggies, and airboats, but still nothing has come out of the nature preserve. Brian's parents told police he went there for a hike a week ago. The Laundrie's neighbors told police that the family appeared to go on a camping trip in a new camper about a week after Brian returned without Gabby. Her memorial near Northport Town Hall, meanwhile, is growing.
Did you think there was anything unusual about that?
Well, to
After
me,
we knew they were missing, yeah.
As a mother myself, I can't imagine.
It's very sickening. I want to say to the family, prayers go out to you guys.
Brian is considered a person of interest in the case, not a suspect, but police have not said if they're investigating anyone else. We're still waiting to hear the results of the autopsy to learn the cause of Gabby's death and how long she was left in the remote area of the Tetons. Ray Vieta, Fox 35 News. Luann?
Ray, thank you. Coming up next on Fox 35 News at 10, the Space Coast could soon be the hoppin' spot here in Central Florida.
Yeah, the commercial space business is booming, but is it booming too quickly for our launch pads to be able to handle it? Plus,
I died a million deaths at that point. I'm like, seriously, my heart was like beating so fast.
This woman wakes up to find an iguana in her toilet. Look at that. Oh, we have more of this story coming up in our next half hour.
Mornings are anything but routine. Depend on Good Day Orlando to help get you started with 6 hours of live local news, plus the most weather forecasts and traffic updates all morning long. You'll always be prepared when you head out. Wake up your day with Good Day Orlando, 4 to 10 a.m. on Fox 35.
See our entire inventory and schedule a test drive at lexusofwinterpark.com.
Good evening. I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner. This is Tracking the Tropics. Peter and Rose are on their way out, but Tropical Depression 18 set to become the season's 4th major hurricane. The name will be Sam. I've got the latest on its track coming up.
Fox 35 News is brought to you by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm.
Hi, I'm Dr. Walter Hain, a breast surgeon at Advent Health, where we are committed to keeping you healthy.
Every week, an Advent Health physician answers important questions on the latest health topics. Watch Healthy Living House Calls.
Tune in Monday at 8 a.m. during Good Day Orlando.
Nick Cannon, Daytime's new host.
Premieres Monday at 11.
I'm Dr. Benjamin Lindblom, orthopedic surgeon at Advent Health, where we are committed to keeping you healthy.
Every week, an Advent Health physician answers important questions on the latest health topics. Watch Healthy Living House Calls.
Tune in Monday at 8 a.m. during Good Day Orlando.
all new tonight, the commercial space business is booming.
And now there are concerns that the Space Coast won't be able to handle the rush. Fox 35's David Bowden joins us live tonight with this story. Good evening, David.
Good evening, Luann. A brigadier general with the Space Force says that the launch business is most definitely growing, and launch facilities across the country are vying for a piece of that very lucrative pie.
David, thank you. Live pictures now from our City Furniture iDrive camera. The attractions are all lit up tonight, and we have some really great weather this evening. It felt good out there, a little bit cooler. Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Brooks Garner is back tonight.
All right, weather's sticking around for a while, we hope, like this.
Yes, we've got a cool front coming through tomorrow morning. That's going to change everything, bringing in drier air for the better part of a week ahead. Right now, Fox 35 Storm Tracker. I've got one last downpour just east of Deltona that's heading up toward Alamana and in Osteen. It's drifting east. It's going to die out. But at this point, no threat to Florida, but it's something you're going to watch very carefully. 87 degrees the high tomorrow, 40% chance for morning showers. And then look at those overnight lows. That's a real way to determine, guys, how dry the air is. Once we start seeing those upper 60s, that means dew points are in the mid or upper 60s, which means the air is very comfortable despite those warm afternoons. Rain chances very low.
All right, thanks, Brooks. To Brevard County right now, Sheriff Wayne Ivey walks an animal cruelty suspect into jail. You see the video right there. Michael Marshall had a warrant out for his arrest. Investigators say that they found 2 dogs with their ribs visible through the skin. A person doing pest control saw those dogs and then called deputies. The animals are now being nursed back to health.
Still ahead on Fox 35 News, the Fox 35 Care Force is on a mission.
How a local nonprofit is helping grow Central Florida by keeping kids healthy and active at school.
Take a look at this. Drone video shows lava approaching homes in Spain. A massive volcano has forced 6,000 people to evacuate a town in La Palma. The lava is moving toward the ocean, and experts say it could cause explosions, trigger landslides, or create clouds of toxic gas when it gets there. The body of an 87-year-old former detective found in a freezer in California.
Investigators now trying to figure out if her death was natural or a crime. Police say she lived in the home with her 64-year-old daughter. Another child called police after she says she had not heard from her mother in about 2 months.
We noticed some inconsistencies with her story as to what mom's whereabouts. They detained the daughter and ultimately went inside the residence, and they located the mother deceased inside a freezer in the garage of the residence.
So far, no arrests have been made in this case.
Coming up on Fox 35 News tonight, an immigration crisis. Thousands of Haitians are camped out right now at the southern border.
Yeah, some of them are coming here. Plus, a couple kicked out of a restaurant after being asked to take off their masks.
That story coming up after the break, but first, saving you some cash tonight in our Fox 35 Pump Patrol. Gas is $2.95 a gallon at the Citgo on Conway Road near Yorkshire Lane in Orlando. Fox 35 News at 10 is coming right back.
You're watching Fox 35 News at 10:30.
Our big story tonight at 10:30, thousands of migrants, most of them Haitian, are camping under that bridge in Texas. Now a new report reveals Haitians are being released into the United States on a large scale. Some of them coming right here to Central Florida.
Fox 35's Valerie Boy has more. Several state lawmakers also meeting today to discuss the issues going on along the border. Representative Marie Woodson from down in South Florida is originally from Haiti. She says many of the migrants have nothing to go home to. Woodson is requesting a meeting with President Biden to address her concerns. The U.S. facing criticism for offering booster shots while other parts of the globe wait for their first dose. Today, President Biden announced the U.S. is buying 500 million more doses of the Pfizer vaccine to donate to low and middle income countries.
The United States will continue to lead, will continue to drive historic commitments in vaccine donations, 1.1 billion and counting, so we can defeat COVID-19 together.
Nearly 64% of Americans have received at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. In Alachua County, you can get a $25 gift card for getting vaccinated. A clinic is opening up at the Oak Tree Early Learning Academy in Gainesville. Pfizer doses will be given there. The event is scheduled for this Sunday from noon until 4.
A couple from Texas says that they were kicked out of a restaurant because they were wearing masks. They say they wear the masks to keep their son safe. He's immunocompromised. The couple says rather a waitress told them to take the masks off or they would be told to leave.
At the end of the day, it's our son's health over someone's political views.
Yeah, and
it's an easy choice.
Pandemic. I don't care about that, and I'm tired of it.
I'm tired of the masks.
The couple says they left money to cover the bill and then left. The owner says the no mask policy has been in place since back in April.
The Fox 35 Care Force is on a mission, saluting people making a difference. Tonight, I'm introducing you to a group of volunteers who are paying it forward so kids have what they need to grow up to be healthy adults. And I just love how they're getting kids outside because so many just sit indoors nowadays, but you have to get your body moving at a young age.
Well, I'll also say this is twice you've done a story like this. This touched my heart to where you think it's so easy to help some of these kids. Yeah, it's tough being that age and not having the right gear.
The new stuff.
Oh my gosh, it's so simple that all of us can help out.
Yeah.
You do good.
Thank you.
I love
Well,
that
Colleen
story.
is doing great things.
Right, she's doing it.
She wants to actually reach more children. So, of course, that takes money. So if you would like to help, we have a link on our website where you can donate.
Yeah, by the way, if you know someone we should salute, send us an email. The address is fox35careforce@fox.com. More good stuff.
Yep. Still ahead tonight on Fox 35 News, only in Florida.
Yeah, a woman wakes up to a surprise in the bathroom.
And I started flushing my toilet, like repeatedly trying to flush it.
Yeah, it's not going down. She found an iguana in the toilet. We talked with her about what she found and why it's not all that unusual.
But it's so gross.
Yes, it is.
And coming up on the News Edge at 11, space travel is not just for billionaires anymore. How one company can make you feel like an astronaut without ever leaving Earth. Plus, Brooks.
Well, our weather is going to be out of this world. We've got a front coming our way, which is going to kick this humidity out of here, leading to some drier air. Coming up, we'll talk about how long this pattern will last and what it means for all these rain chances we've been enduring.
Good Wednesday evening. It's Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Kristen Giannis here with your eye forecast. So we're going to have lane closures overnight. I-4 westbound from Maitland Boulevard down to Kirkman Road. 2 left lanes are going to be closed from 10 o'clock at night to 5 in the morning. So keep your eyes open for construction crews and traffic cones. And remember, you can always check out traffic and construction updates on our Fox 35 Storm Team weather app. We'll see you tomorrow morning on Good Day Orlando.
Get breaking news alerts to follow what's new, what's now, what's next. Download the Fox 35 News app today.
Let me say before you do it, I don't want to do this story before people go to bed. Can I just put that out there?
Well, yeah, this may gross you out a little bit, but come on, we got a man and woman up here. A Florida woman found an iguana in her toilet.
Fox 35's Nicole Ensalada talked to the woman who got this big surprise, as you can see. We've done stories about snakes, too.
Yeah, that's why I always turn on the light, even in the middle of the night.
I'm going outside in the middle of the night from now on. I'm done. All right, that was Nicole Ensalada reporting. Iguanas, by the way, considered an invasive species in Florida, and they say this happens more often than you would realize, so bottom line, check, okay? A wildlife trapper says he captured the biggest rattlesnake he's ever seen in Polk County. A Polk City woman called him after she spotted it in her chicken coop. He says the nearly 6-foot-long snake is probably about 10 years old, and it did put up quite the fight.
I reached in there with my snake tongs. I didn't try to go with the old big bad Billy boy and just grab it and pull it out of there. So I grabbed it by the back. It got mad and done all this. And as soon as I did that, it started going up the chicken coop. It gave me one shot to get it behind the neck. And I did with my snake tongs, and I drug it out, grabbed the back of it, and stuffed it in that bucket. This all happened in like 8 seconds.
I love his storytelling. All right, he says to be on the lookout for more rattlers right now because it's mating season.
What was that sound again?
Yeah, he got it. You got it, too.
Well, body camera video shows a toddler trapped in a tough spot. Check it out.
A little more, up and out. There you go, there you go. Backwards. You got it. You got it. Yeah!
Hey, there we go. The girl got her head stuck in a metal railing in Colorado. The officers used a small battering ram to help push the railing apart until that little girl was able to free her head. She got a big hug from her mommy and a sticker from the officers. Her mom was extremely grateful for the calming effect the officers had on her daughter.
Police come and throw my head out with a big heavy tool.
I'm just really glad that they were able to actually put us at so much ease, and my daughter especially. I mean, they were great with her.
You got it.
Look at them.
Cutie.
Yeah, big girl. Well, the police department shared this video saying, We have all done things that seemed like a good idea, which we come to regret. So it's not just the little ones who do that.
And got the big hug at the end. That's good. All right, let's take a live look outside right now. This is Port Canaveral. Beautiful night out there. Things are quiet out this evening at the port. Things are actually quiet most of the places around Central Florida.
Yeah, Brooks, do we finally have a little bit of drier weather heading our way?
We sure do. There's a front knocking at our doorstep. It's already up in the Panhandle, and it's coming this way. It's going to replace this humidity, at least across Central Florida. For South Florida, not a guarantee, but it comes through tomorrow morning. First in the Villages, where we'll see 73 by 7 a.m., 77 by 10 a.m., 84 by 1. If you're thinking that doesn't look like a cold front, it's going to be 84 degrees. Well, it's really a dry front. It's going to advect in much more dry air. We're going to see dew points that are more like 68 instead of 78, so you'll notice the change. It's going to feel real good. Here's Fox 35 Storm Tracker radar. We've got one remaining shower moving east of Deltona, currently crossing State Highway 415, and it's heading toward Pell Road. If you live there, you might see a sprinkle, or probably not. Let's talk about the tropics. A breath of fresh air. Nothing threatening Florida at this time. However, we're not yet out of the woods. In fact, Tropical Depression 18 has formed, set to become Major Hurricane Sam, and that could happen as soon as next week. By the way, Peter, which was to our east, is now officially gone. It's dead. So this is the loop of Tropical Depression 18, right on the precipice of becoming a tropical storm. And in doing so, it can happen, by the way, as soon as tomorrow morning. It's going to head west, becoming a hurricane this weekend and a major hurricane, Cat 3 or higher, by early next week. Currently winds of 35 miles per hour. So where is Sam going? Well, we're spending a little bit of time on this one because while most of the models and climatologically, if you look at what normally happens this time of year, take this thing out to sea, curving it, one kind of takes it in our general direction. And sometimes when these get big, they kind of don't pay attention to the cold fronts coming. They can kind of skip those. The cold fronts coming down the East Coast usually pick them up and curve them out to sea. That's 99% chance going to be what happens from this thing. However, we'll watch it very carefully as we always do. And watching this very carefully, that 7-day forecast with bright sunshine, drier air, comfortable temperatures at night, and warm afternoon. So we're not quite to that jacket weather, but you know, that'll come eventually. John Luann, back to you.
All right, Brooks, thank you. An incredible update tonight for the Pet Alliance of Greater Orlando after that devastating fire.
More than 12,000 people and businesses have now made donations in just the past 5 days. Tonight will mark 1 week since that fire broke out at the shelter on Conroy Road. All of the cats and dogs that survived were moved to the location in Sanford. Right now, they're trying to find long-term space for the animals in Orlando. They're asking people to hold off on sending physical donations and instead donate money if you can. We have a link posted on our website. Just go to fox35orlando.com. Apple is working on technology that could help diagnose depression or cognitive decline. The Wall Street Journal reporting the tech giant is working with Biogen and UCLA to see if iPhone data like facial expressions, heart rate, and how you type on your phone could signal things like Alzheimer's, dementia, or even autism. Well, how much you sleep could determine what you choose to snack on. Researchers from Ohio State University say that missing sleep makes a person more likely to make poor snack choices compared to someone who gets 7 or more hours of shut-eye every night.
Next on Fox 35 News at 10, a firefighter turning into a hero during his first day on the job.
And we're talking to that firefighter about his first big emergency.
The Intercontinental Championship is on the line when Apollo Crews challenges King Nakamura. It's an all-new Friday Night SmackDown, live at 8 Eastern on Fox.
All bets are on. You bet your life.
Get out of here, really?
No, you get out of here. Hey, it's my house.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 35. Fox 35 weather, brought to you in part by the Orlando Sentinel.
The Fox 35 News app is driven by Toyota of Orlando and Toyota of Claremont.
New at 11, don't pay millions of dollars to go to space. Get the astronaut experience for a small fraction of the cost. Blast off without being a billionaire on Fox 35 News Edge at 11.
Caught on camera, a drunk driving suspect slams into a parked car on a freeway in Texas. Officers were blocking lanes because of another crash. The police department released this dash cam video to show the force of that collision. Good news is nobody was hurt. Well, a firefighter becomes a hero on his very first day on the job.
And it did not even happen during his shift. Jacob Perez just finished 10 months of training in Winter Garden. And after his first day on the job was over, he helped save a life. A car crashed into a U-Haul, and Perez noticed the driver of that car was slumped over the wheel. So he pulled over, climbed in, and stabilized his neck.
Preventing them from becoming paralyzed or becoming more injured up to death. So C-spine is something very important that you need to hold on a patient that's definitely been through trauma.
He knows what he's doing. Another off-duty firefighter also stepped in to help until the on-duty firefighters arrived on the scene.
Consumer news right now, some golf carts are being recalled because of a crash risk.
Yeah, the recall impacts the models listed right here on your screen. Those golf carts reportedly have faulty parking brake brackets, which wear down over time, and that could cause the brakes to fail, potentially leading to a crash. The company will contact owners.
Well, McDonald's is pledging to get rid of those plastic Happy Meal toys by the year 2025, and they're going to switch to sustainable plastic-free options. Some options include paper crafts or toys made from recycled or plant-based materials. Well, thanks so much for joining us here at 10. The News Edge at 11 starts right now.
Watch out, watch out, watch out.